Welcome to Story Stream channel. Our story about Max and the Mysterious Cave. In the heart of a lush, shady forest. The earth breathed life every morning, and birds sang their melodies among the trees. The forest was full of life, and the animals lived in harmony and cooperation. Each one knew its role and respected the other. The elephant watered the flowers from the river. The bees carried nectar from flower to flower. And even the old turtle cleaned the stone paths slowly and patiently. But among these creatures there was a little monkey named Max, very intelligent, quick, full of energy, and arrogant. He didn't respect those older than him, didn't listen to advice, mocked others, and believed the world needed only his mind and speed. He often climbed trees and shouted at the turtle.
Hurry up, old lady. If you start walking now, you'll arrive when the sun sets tomorrow.
He would also pass by the wise old owl Alma, who spent her time reading ancient books and observing the forest's changes, and laugh.
Still reading? Books are useless. Experience is worth more than 1,000 bits of wisdom.
Alma would smile silently and reply in her calm voice.
Experience teaches you, but wisdom spares you pain.
One evening, the animals gathered in the forest clearing. The hedgehog brought long-awaited news. The moonflower, a mythical plant that blooms only once every 10 years, would appear that night deep in the Cave of Shadows. Its light was said to heal wounds and give those who see it at bloom a sense of strength and purity. The cave was known throughout the forest for its dark passageways, deep pits, and misleading tunnels. The animals hesitated. The place was dangerous, and reaching the flower was no easy task. The owl Alma stepped forward and said,
I have studied this cave for years and drawn a map of its paths. Whoever wishes to go, I advise you to take it. It is your only guide in the darkness.
But Max, as usual, laughed mockingly and said,
A map? Who needs owl papers? I'll go alone and return with the flower before the owl even finishes her sentence.
He ran off quickly, paying no attention to anyone's advice. The animals watched him go, their looks mixed with fear and mockery at the same time, but no one was able to stop him. Max crossed the river and climbed the rocks until he reached the cave entrance at sunset. The air there was different, cold, still, unlike the forest air filled with sounds. Even so, he went in. At first, he relied on his speed and precise jumps. But little by little, the darkness grew thicker, and he could see nothing but overlapping shadows. He heard the whispers of the wind among the rocks and the sound of an unknown rustling. He tried to continue, but suddenly he stepped on a stone covered with moss. His foot slipped, and he fell into a muddy pit. Max screamed for help, but his voice echoed back to him. No one outside could hear. He tried to climb out again and again, but each time he slipped back down. He sat at the bottom of the pit, and tears of fear began to stream into his eyes. He said in a soft voice,
I wish I had listened to Alma. I thought I was smarter than everyone, but now I'm lost.
Meanwhile, the animals noticed that Max was late. Worry started to grow in their hearts. The turtle said,
He entered the cave alone. He may be in trouble.
The owl responded firmly.
Differences don't stop us from helping. We'll go save him.
She gathered a small group, the turtle, the elephant, the squirrel, and some bats familiar with dark paths. She also took the map she had drawn years ago. When they reached the cave, Alma led them with careful steps, calling out in a steady voice.
Max, can you hear me?
After minutes of searching, they heard his voice from the depths, weak and hesitant. They lowered a rope, and Max held on as they helped him climb out. Covered in mud with a broken gaze, he said nothing at first. But when he stepped out into the moonlight, he looked at Alma and said,
I was wrong. I ignored you, mocked you, and refused your help. But you saved me.
The owl replied gently.
Admitting mistakes is the beginning of wisdom, Max. No one is born wise, but those who value others truly learn.
Just then, a faint light appeared in the sky, followed by a small flash at the cave's edge. The moonflower had bloomed, as if waiting for Max's change of heart to reveal itself. Max stared at it in wonder, then looked back at the owl and said,
I don't want to take it for myself anymore. This flower is a symbol of peace and purity. It deserves someone who respects others, not someone who mocks them.
The animals laughed and everyone felt something had changed. Max returned to the forest a new monkey. He didn't give up his speed or intelligence, but added respect, humility, and listening. He started asking for advice, sharing knowledge, and apologizing when he was wrong. He would always say,
Speed and intelligence are gifts, but respect and appreciation, those make a true leader.
and so, Max lived not just as a brave adventurer, but as a sincere friend who learned every day and taught others how true strength lies in wisdom. The end. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.